we're looking at the absolute explosion of electric SUVs hitting the roads in 2026. I mean, the automotive landscape is shifting fast, and pretty much every major manufacturer is in an all-out sprint to build the ultimate battery-powered SUV. With so many options flooding the market right now, cutting through all that noise is a real challenge. So that brings us to the million-dollar question. What is actually the best electric SUV in 2026? Think about it. Buying a vehicle that can travel hundreds of miles without a single drop of fuel, an SUV that can literally outrun supercars, charge up in the time it takes you to grab a latte, and potentially save you thousands of dollars a year. So which EV truly deserves the crown? Well, here's the fascinating reality of today's market. The most expensive option isn't always the best. The real winner isn't what most people expect, and today we're going to find out exactly why. To figure that out, we're doing a full award show breakdown today. First, we'll set the ultimate EV SUV criteria, then check out the range and charging champions, move on to the performance and family leaders, reveal our surprising overall winner, and finally, wrap up with what the electric future holds for us. Let's see exactly how the experts evaluate these massive contenders. Okay, part 1, the ultimate EV SUV criteria, or as I like to call it, setting the rules. Because look, before we start handing out crowns, we need some clear, completely impartial standards.
We're looking at 5 essential pillars here. It's basically our definitive scorecard. First, range. Exactly how far are you getting on a single charge? Then, charging speed. How fast can you get back on the highway? Performance. Is it actually, exciting to drive? Technology. Are we talking useful innovation or just gimmicks? And finally, value. What are you really getting for your hard-earned cash? Dominating just one of these? Yeah, that doesn't cut it anymore. A car with insane range but agonizingly slow charging, or crazy speed but zero room for the kids? That's just not a champion. You've got to master the whole shebang.
All right, moving on to section 2, range and charging champions, or the pragmatic necessities. Let's check out the nominees that directly eliminate the biggest fears people have about buying an EV. Now wrap your head around this number, 450. When we're talking about range, 450 miles is the absolute gold standard right now. The biggest hurdle for EV buyers has historically been range anxiety, the fear of running out of juice in the middle of nowhere. Well, the Lucid Gravity just steps right in and claims the title of Range King. With an estimated range approaching 450 miles, automotive experts consistently rank it at the very top. Think about the real-world application of that for a second. You could drive for hours upon hours without even glancing at the battery percentage. Long road trips become a total breeze, and range anxiety is basically a thing of the past. But hey, range isn't everything, right? Eventually, you do have to plug the thing in. And that is where this absolute game changer comes into play, 800-volt charging systems. The real heavy hitters utilizing this tech are the Hyundai Ioniq 5, the Hyundai Ioniq 9, and the Kia EV9. These advanced systems slash charging times like you wouldn't believe. We're talking 10 to 80% in under 20 minutes. So picture this. You pull over, grab a coffee, stretch your legs, and before your coffee's even cool enough to drink, you've gained enough power for hundreds of miles. Less time waiting at a station means way more freedom out on the open road. But practicality has to meet emotion, which brings us right into section 3, performance and family leaders, the emotional champions. This is where practicality meets pure driving thrills and passenger comfort. When you look at pure power today, the contrast is just surreal. Modern performance monsters, like the Rivian R1S, for example, are delivering this explosive acceleration that literally leaves exotic sports cars from just 10 years ago in the dust. It hits 0 to 60 in roughly 3 seconds. 3 seconds! It's completely wild to think about. I mean, the future just kind of snuck up on us, and now it's launching straight into supercar territory while you've got a week's worth of groceries in the back. But what if you're not trying to drag race? What if your priority is just space, comfort, and, fitting 7 people without anyone complaining? Well, industry experts point out that vehicles like the Kia EV9 and Hyundai Ioniq 9 combine futuristic interiors, large cabins, family-friendly practicality, and impressive range. They really change the game for everyone inside. Parents get a significantly less stressful road trip, and passengers in the back actually get a remarkably comfortable ride. The whole cabin feels like this huge premium leap into the future, but, and this is crucial, without sacrificing the everyday utility a family actually needs. Which brings us to the moment of truth, section 4, the surprising overall winner. It's time to hand out the ultimate crown and throw in a little personal twist. We've crunched the numbers on range, charging, performance, and practicality. Now let's synthesize it all. After looking at all these top contenders impartially, one name consistently takes the ultimate crown, the Lucid Gravity. So why this one? Well, because it is an absolute masterclass in balance. It doesn't just dominate one specific thing. It takes that massive 450-mile range and pairs it with top-tier technology, incredible capability, and a genuinely luxurious feel. It's one of those rare vehicles that legitimately makes you feel like you're driving a piece of tomorrow today. But here's the brilliant twist in all of this. The actual best vehicle, it totally depends on you and your lifestyle. If you're after unmatched luxury, your champion is absolutely the Lucid Gravity. But if your main priority is family practicality, you've got to look at the Kia EV9. Craving adventure and off-road capability, you want the Rivian R1S. And if you're hunting for pure value, getting the absolute most tech and charging speed for your dollar, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 is virtually unbeatable. Different drivers, different champions. It really boils down to what matters most to you. All right, let's shift gears into our final section. The electric future is here, looking ahead. I want us to take a quick step back and just marvel at the unbelievable advancements happening across this whole industry. Think about it. Just a decade ago, building large, fully capable electric SUVs was basically considered impossible. Everyone thought they'd be way too heavy and insanely expensive. Yet here we are today, firmly in the advanced stage, driving these high-tech realities that are only getting better every single year. These are literally some of the most sophisticated machines ever built. And that brings us to the near future. Total domination. We're past asking if electric SUVs can replace gas-powered ones. Now the only question is, how soon will they completely take over the roads? Based on what we're seeing in 2026, that era is approaching a lot faster than anyone guessed. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Which electric SUV would you choose? Take a hard look at your own life, your daily commute, your weekend road trips, your budget. Which of these incredible machines truly fits your vibe? Are you chasing that massive 450-mile range of the Lucid Gravity, the spacious family comfort of the EV9, the rugged speed of the Rivian, or the smart everyday value of the Ioniq 5? The future of transportation is changing faster than ever, and man, the choices we have today are nothing short of spectacular.